in a TV series, in a movie. What do you think about that? I think that he's one of the best investments right now because everybody's cheering him on around the world. Everybody's cheering him on around the world. So um, I think it would be awesome if they would do that. And I think they would make a ton of money right now if they started a TV series or a series that goes on History Channel or something so they can get some stuff out immediately and go ahead and start working on another movie. That way they can make bank right away. Um, I think it would be ideal, you know. And I'm sure Disney owns the rights to uh, um, to that pirate stuff. But I think it would be ideal. I really do. I think they'd make bank right now. See if that with that big court win, he could really do well right this minute. And uh, if somebody doesn't jump on it right away, I mean, they would be just, I mean, insane not to. So, um, yeah, I think it would be incredible. I mean, can you imagine uh, the money, the revenue right this minute if they were working on something? I mean, if they did a TV series, you know, right now, they could get some stuff out right away, you know, in like a 3 day span for the first show. And um, they would be pulling revenue just immediately, huge amounts of revenue, and then go ahead and work on that movie thing. Because, you know, he was so afraid it was going to just deface him. But I mean, I'm watching stuff on YouTube in the news and everything's coming up with Johnny Depp. He's out in the UK doing some concerts right now, and I mean the crowds are just going wild. So this is a really, really good investment for Disney or anybody else to get him into doing something right away because um, even paid interviews for him would do really well for shows and stuff. Um, because I mean the crowd is going wild, definitely going wild. Um, yeah, so pretty amazing. I just don't know. What do you think? I think it's it would be incredible. I was really impressed with the movie. My daughter had played uh, the first one for me, and it was like, man, they need a sequel. And hello, hello, how are you? No, no new tires, and that one that's just leaking terrible. I did a really bad patch job on it. Um, and it's just really a big hole, and it's kind of bald anyway. It really needs replacement. So it's kind of scary. Uh, got some sales this week on eBay, some small sales, which is good because I'm still in the initiation phase. It goes on for like 90 days. You have to have so many sales and have to sell so much money before you get your payments on time. So all my payments are held back like 30 days. So, but yeah, I put my PayPal up so if people want to donate $1 towards it or whatever, that way I get the money straight away. On YouTube, it takes a month to get the money, to get paid through YouTube. So, but PayPal, I get it immediately as long as they don't send it by e-check. But with all the subs I've got, gosh, if everybody put in $1, it'd be looking really good. I would have a whole set of tires, I think. Um, but I just really need the one right now. I mean, I do need some tires, but I really need that one right now. But such is life, you know what I mean? Still work 7 days a week. I've had 2 days off in a year, and I'm putting like 14 hours a day in. So right now I'm moving the stuff from Etsy to one of the other sites bit by bit, and it takes so much time. It really does. So I'm trying to get all those moved. There's 500 listings on that site, and then and I can't transfer it because they locked it up. But so I have to do them by hand, every single one, and then I've got tons more stuff to list. So I list every day, but I got all my orders shipped out right away, and um, so I just have to wait till I get payments from those. But I still got to work every day. No choice. Other than that, it's a lovely day in the neighborhood. The weather is nice. It's getting hot, and tons of tourists. Traffic's disgusting, but such is life. Uh, Now I know I have friends that live in the country and always hated it because I didn't like the snakes and the spiders and all that kind of stuff, but I can see why they do what they do. Sometimes the city's not so much fun. I'm in a very heavy tourist area, so it comes with it, and there's a lot of money that comes with it normally, but um, so uh, yeah. So I'm just trying to reduce all my stock, get it sold, and uh, cold and raining on Texas Ridge, Idaho. Wow. And so that I have less stuff to move, um, because I'm getting ready to relocate. So it's just huge, huge amount of money to move as it is. We're talking 400 crates, and that's just, insane. You're just chasing money. You know, it's better to get it sold so I can reduce. And I keep marking prices down every day. I mean, I've got stuff that's so insanely cheap right now, but you got to do what you got to do. Um, Even if I don't get my original investment back, what it cost me to make it, whatever, that's the way it goes. I was born in Fort Walton Beach, Florida. Isn't that about where you are? Fort Walton, Destin. And I love Fort Walton. As a matter of fact, I brought my youngest daughter here for a new beginning and a great future because it was one of my most loved places in the United States to work, and it's always been a lot of money for me. And the pandemic pretty much took that away. But uh, you know, sadly enough, I will be leaving here. So, but there's lots of other places in the world. So, and like when I left California, my baby sister said, "Well, it's not that bad. You can always come back," and that's true. It's not that bad. I could always come back. So, there's lots of other places in the world, lots of new friends to make. It's just, getting the money to get out there and do it. So as soon as I can recoup some of my money out of my inventory, right now I could open 2 retail stores and fully stock them. That's the bad part. Just miles away from that. So that's why I'm trying to run it online. My stuff's never done well online. It's always done so much better with me in person doing the fittings and all that stuff. So there's still tangerine groves nearby. I haven't seen one tangerine grove at all. I've seen 2 up in Alabama over state line. I know the people that have them. Um, but no, there's it's all, pretty much city. The only places that are recognizable from like the 70s and 80s are like um uh the worst parts of town, which used to be the older parts of town. Those have become the worst parts of town. And yes, they're small. They're just, so many block range. The rest is very safe. Um, uh, so, um, and they keep hiring sheriffs on. We've got probably 8 new girl sheriffs right now in the area. So they keep hiring sheriffs on. So they're good about, making sure that it's law enforcement. So, um, I mean, it's a much better place than most, you know. Um, we don't have like a lot of shootings and a lot of thefts and a lot of stuff like that. Even what happened to me at the gym is just like, to me, is like a fluke, because I've been a member of that gym for over a year. The girls maybe a memory from Orlando when I was 2 years old. I'm thinking Tampa. In the Tampa area, like out at Lakeland and stuff like that, there's a lot of like banana trees, and stuff like that. I think you see more like that, and maybe in Orlando too, because that's just the other side of Tampa. So that's the outer side of the state. If you stay kind of inland, you're less susceptible to the hardest of the storms and hurricanes. If you're below Tampa and out on the outer side of the state, those really, through history that I have noticed, get really slammed. And they got a big one coming through now that's coming up from Cuba, which that'll be interesting to see if that trashes the lower part of the state, you know, because it happens. That's why I'm not a big fan of. I mean, I love Miami. The food is great there. It is so neat in Miami. Grotesque expensive, though. It's very much like California. But I wouldn't want to live there really, unless I had a house that was very storm proof, because that thing just gets tore up constantly. And your car insurance, your house insurance, your rents, all that's like triple once you hit Miami. So if you stay mid Florida or higher, it's more reasonable. My mom has a story about seeing a coral snake crawling across my path at about that age. Wow. Yeah, there's you see more snakes as you get lower. I mean, we have, the crocs occasionally walk across the street up here, especially out like at Valparaiso and Niceville out by Edwin, because still a lot of that's very foresty. Um, but the snakes are very, very common once you get to Tampa and below. Because originally Florida is swampland. That was the biggest joke when I was a kid in California, was, hey, I'll sell you some swampland in Florida, because really that's what it is. It's just swamp. And so the animals, they're still going to be around. My great grandma chased an alligator away with a broom to defend me. Well, yeah. I had a surgeon friend of mine, Doc Hillman, and we were talking about Bill Gateway's gators that he built a pond on his property out in Slocum, Alabama. This guy's a millionaire, and gators came, and so Bill goes out there daily and throws a whole chicken out there to the gator. It'll come up on the land, and he feeds the chicken to the gator. And Doc said, "Well, let me tell you about those gators and crocs." He said, one day they'll eat you. He said, when you, wake up in the morning and you see it in your house, it's coming after you. because if you keep feeding it like that, they'll eventually eat you. um, they are very dangerous. Um, and there's a lot of poisonous snakes too, but I hope the tire fairy visits you, no doubt. You never know. You never know. I am the original Lady Luck. Thank you for the thumbs up. So you never know. But I just keep working at it. So one way or another, I'll get it. Whether I can manage to drum up the money to buy it, or people donate to help for it. You never know. But we'll see. You Blessings do come the way of the good people, and I try to be good every day and kind to people every day. So we'll see. You never know. God has His will. But hey, I hope you have a terrific day at work, Jeffrey. It's great to see you. I thank you so much for hanging out with me this morning at my office. Um, but I hope you have a really blessed and profitable day today. A very profitable day. And make a new friend while you're at it, will you? But anyway, so yeah, Disney, you better jump on it. You better get Johnny Depp working right away, just straight away, and doing some short little series things that you can get up on the internet or on TV immediately as you're making another movie with him, because he's an outrageously good investment, I think, at this point. There's too many people that are just, I mean, totally overwhelmed. It's like a presidential election. Every time you go on the internet and stuff, it is amazing the response from the people in Europe and the United States and everything. I think it's good that a man stepped up and sued a woman. For once, there's a lot of men that are seriously damaged by women, and they're damaged for life. A lot of women just snap back when they go through stuff, but it's really bad when you get a man that's just ruined, from previous chicks. Um, but I think it's good that he stepped up to the plate and did that. And anybody that does stuff like that, defacing people on the internet and all that, they really need to. I mean, I think an immediate warrant for their arrest would be ideal, and impound their phone on the spot and put them in jail till court, and take away their rights for the internet, any social media, period, and make them pay probation for life, amongst other things, because stuff like that is not necessary. The world has so many problems right now with it still going, pandemic and all this other new stuff coming up. You know, that there's quite a bit of sadness and hatred at this point in the world, and you just don't need any engineered hatred and drama. So people like that need to be stopped. And as a matter of fact, I'm getting ready to do a lawsuit like that pretty quick here. So they just need to be stopped. And if you step up to the plate and go for it, no matter what it cost you, I mean, he was so afraid that it would just cost him. I really kind of think at this point that he's won the world. I think he's a terrifically good investment to keep him working, because the revenues, if he had a movie coming out tonight, the revenues would be unreal, because he's really won the world. And I know it was a hard thing for him to do. I mean, it's hard to do that to someone you've loved or did love or whatever, but they got to be stopped. And that's just the way it is. And some people just won't stop. You tell them shut up all day long, whatever. They're just going to keep on going till somebody really stops their clock. Till I mean, you take everything away from them. If he takes her house, let it be. It should cost her. I absolutely 100% believe in that. Um, Stuff like that is horrible to do to people, especially if it's lies, and whatever else. And how good does that make you look? Really, how good does that make you look? Talking all that trash. I mean, I watched a little bit of the court stuff, and a lot of it was like drunken drug talk. It was from years ago, and it was like really, um, you know, in the state of Florida, they take current stuff. Usually, it has to be really current, like 6 months or less. But uh, I'm 100% behind what he did. He just, I mean, I don't think he was really out for the money to begin with. I think he was out to, teach her a lesson and get her to quit it. And I don't know if she has. She may continue to talk poop. We'll see. But, if he ends up stripping her gears financially, let it be. If she won't quit it, you know. I mean, again, he may never collect. He may just let it ride. But then again, they may also put her in jail if she doesn't come up with payment. Who knows? But I think he's in a really good position right this moment. I really, really do. Um, and I can't imagine that Disney or some studio is not jumping on him right now, making him some serious, serious offers because uh, he's a real good investment. That's what I think. So, you know, uh, let me know in the comments below what you think. And maybe we can get Disney to see this vlog and make an immediate decision. Who's in for Johnny Depp, the pirate? Yeah. I mean, if he did anything, he wouldn't even have to do the pirate. He could do anything. And people would be there to see it, and that's revenue. When people buy tickets to shows or whatever, that's revenue. If he did live theater plays or just like he's doing concerts right now, that's revenue. Boom, bang, ba-ding, you know what I mean? Real good move. And plus, music really helps heal the soul. So I'm glad he's working with his music. I think that's wonderful. I think that's a tremendous transition after all of this stuff for weeks in the court systems. Um, uh, it really helps heal the soul and helps bring you into peace. So music is wonderful. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. I just hope somebody makes a move real soon. I hope his phone is ringing off the hook. I hope his emails are slammed. I'd wish the best for him. Um, Trying to recoup because I was broken hearted when he was going through the court things and they were saying like they're not going to touch him anymore because of all this drama. And guess what? I think that he's won the world. So I think super good investment. Somebody needs to step up to the plate and grab this guy up and get him to do some more acting, and so they can make some money off of it. Whether it's live theater play, like on Broadway, or a series, um, stuff that can be moved right now into the public eye to where they'll jump on it and buy it before it all dies out. You know what I mean? And it may never die out. Um, and then go ahead and work on another series of that cool movie because that movie was awesome. When my daughter and I got that second thing of Pirates of the Caribbean, because she's like, oh, they got another one. I'm like, oh, how do we get it? We were like trying to find it. Oh man, it was just too much fun when we sat there and watched that. It was just too good. Um, huh, really super neat. So we watched the first one, the second one, and then he goes around to children's hospitals and dressed up as a pirate. Visiting with the kids and stuff, and a lot of kids that are terminal. He'll visit with them and stuff, and it's really precious. It's 100% precious. Um, there's a guy that acts like a pirate down on Harbor Walk Village in Destin, Florida, and it reminds you totally of Captain Jack Sparrow. And he just walks up and down the boardwalk. People tip him, take pictures with him, and it's so cute. There's also another guy that plays pirate down in Clearwater, and he hangs out at the pier. And he walks around in a pirate outfit, and people tip him and take pictures with him there too. So, pretty neat. pretty neat. But you know, Florida's always been associated with treasure, so you know the pirates reign, of course. They need a pirate restaurant. How about the Johnny Depp pirate restaurant? That would be cool. The Johnny Depp hot dog stand. Um, Johnny Depp ribs. I don't know. I think everybody could get into some cool stuff. Mattel could sign on with them and make some cool Johnny Depp pirate dolls, whatever. I don't know. It depends on what his contract is with Disney. But someone needs to get on it quick because I think it's a money making deal. Super good investment. I wish I could do it myself. Um, uh, you know, because you're looking at millions and millions and millions of dollars of revenue. Um, with if they were to use him for anything right this minute. So, and also in the thumbnail is Johnny Depp's book, which is available at Walmart and I think on Amazon too. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great one. He did do a speech in the last 24 hours about the hearing uh, um, on a show, and he was very peaceful and humble about the whole thing, which was very impressive because it was kind of the same demeanor that he had in court. Very impressive, you know. He's not out there like showing butt and being a obnoxious people head. He's being sweet and respectful, and that just makes him look, you know, more 100% great person. I have total respect for the guy. We've all been in that party mode years ago, and maybe some of you are now, and you know, we've made our mistakes, and um, you know, and some people never get better, and some people, you know, fall down that hole for life, you know. But you know, no one's perfect, but I just think Disney better get on it. Great investment. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. All right. Talk to you guys later. I love you. Hope you have a really great day. Comment below. Let's hear what you got to say.